Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Thank you for joining me today. And this is not our AEW episode. This is something a little bit different, a little bit experimental. You know, I've realized that I'm always booking our dark show, Elevation, for our AEW New Era save, and I never really get to show you guys what it is. And a lot of it is a very story-light situation that I'm just kind of playing around with, seeing how combinations of wrestlers work out and things like that. So I wanted to kind of show it to you guys today, just to give you an idea of what's happening on Dark. I didn't want to add it to the episode, because those episodes get really long as it is, like 45 minutes, sometimes 50 minutes. Why add one extra element? It's just a little unnecessary. So I thought, what if we did just these little short video snippets to give you an idea of what's happening on there? If you like what you see, let me know. Maybe we'll run it again. If not, it's sort of just an experiment. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what happened on Dark Elevation this week. So I tested out and I did a 6-woman match with Rhea, Maki Ito, and Yuka Sakazaki versus Sakazaki. I'm never going to get her name right. Yuka Sakazaki versus CJ Perry, Jade Cargill, and Jamie Hayter. I let Jamie Hayter actually lose this. Actually, no, I let CJ Perry lose this match. So I want to keep Jamie Hayter and Jade Cargill strong, but we're trying to build up a little bit of thing with Maki Ito, give her a little bit of boost, because we're kind of building a storyline. And I also wanted to see how she worked with the other Japanese performers, because depending on how things shake out, we are going to potentially do like a stable. But I don't know who it's going to be with. So these dark ones are going to be a little more insider baseball-y. So if you like that, you like to hear some of that thought process, you might get that in these little short episodes. And so that's sort of the thought process here. It didn't have much heat. Terrible wrestling, unfortunately. It had a 40. It's not too bad. Maki had 42. Rhea had a 51. Yuka had 40. And everybody else kind of struggled. CJ Perry actually was the second best performer here, but both of them were off their game. Afterwards, we let Maki Ito have a little bit of a celebration with Rhea there, but then she ends up disrespecting her on the microphone and then walking away, potentially building up some animosity. I wanted to see if these two did anything. I apparently set Rhea to talk, which was a bad idea. It was a complete disaster, so that it was a bad idea. But honestly, a segment like this wasn't too bad. It might be something of a direction we can go down in the future. We got the reformed, darker, fallen, angel-led SCU, our champions for trio champions, versus Cult Cabana and the Varsity Blondes. Cult Cabana, we got to find a place for him. So I was like, well, let's put him around some tag teams, see if he can join a trio, see what he can do, see if there's any chemistry. Unfortunately, he's off his game here. It had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. SCU defeat the Varsity Blondes and Cult Cabana. He pins Christopher Daniels pins Cult Cabana with an Angel's Wings, protecting the Varsity Blondes a bit. This match gets a 50. It's actually not too bad. Overall, no chemistry to really see there. Everyone's about even. Griff is still the weak link here. But, you know, at least we know we can put on a decent performance if we wanted to put Colt with them for at some point. If we wanted to have a little comedy element or something like that. That's interesting. We have the reunited Top Flight. Now that Darius is no longer injured in our save versus Butcher and the Blade, we give Top Flight a win. Butcher and the Blade go down in 9 minutes and 56 seconds. Dante Martin pins the Blade with a springboard cutter. In terms of A-ring performance, Dante is the peak above everyone else. Everyone else is about even with 42-44. Tag teams chemistry, obviously, with Actually, it's interesting. Butcher and Blade have great chemistry while teaming together. Darius and Dante don't, which does indicate to me that Top Flight might be short-lived for us, and we might just maintain Dante as a solo competitor. Segment gets a 43. It's a little underwhelming. We have a maybe I spoke too soon here. We have a interview with Paul White to interview the reunited Top Flight about their thoughts, how they felt what went down. And but Dante did very poor in this segment. But that's not good. So we know we have a weakness there that we might have to balance out. In the real world, he is teaming with Rhea Rush, and Rhea Rush is essentially doing a semi-worker, semi-manager role for him. Might be something we want to look at. I don't necessarily want to repeat what's going on in the real world, so it might not be about bringing Rhea Rush in, but maybe finding someone to talk for him would be a good get, or getting him in a stable that makes sense as well. I kind of like the idea of maybe even turning him heel and making him join Team Taz. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got a promo by Fuego del Sol with Sammy there, talking about his friend Sammy's match tonight, and as well as talking a little bit about his beatdown by MJF. We advanced the storyline there with it, and not much to say about it, to be honest. I wanted to see what Fuego's mic work was when he stood next to Star Power, and it didn't really perform very well. It's only 41, so not great. Could be better, could be worse kind of situation. In our main event, we have Sammy Guevara versus Jack Evans. Wanted to see if there was any chemistry here. There was not. Jack Evans is a weaker 42. Sammy had 10 points on him. Sammy does defeat Jack Evans in 10 minutes by pinfall after a 6:30. Ends it with a 54. So, we know that there's not any chemistry there. We also kind of have a good idea of where Sammy's performance is. This was a high spots match. So 52, we know we can get him in a pretty decent upper mid-card match. But definitely not main event caliber yet. Unfortunate. There's a 49 for the show itself. So not great. We didn't see anything that in terms of massive chemistry wins here, but we know that, Fuego isn't abysmal if we put him next to somebody on a microphone. We can get an okay segment out of him. And we know that Dante probably should be a solo competitor, and that Top Flight maybe can be retired. And Riho and Maki Ito did okay, but we have to just protect Riho when it comes to microphone work, and really be careful with that, because she fails at that immensely. So some things learned, and that's what we do here on our Dark Elevation. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of these, they're quick 10-minute videos. Just a quick snapshot of what's going on there. A little insider baseball-y, like I said, gives you a little bit of idea of what is happening in my mind frame as I'm trying to pair people up. You're going to hear maybe some spoilers about future segments, so it's almost like a quasi, maybe weekly backstage episode, and I'm already recording them, so it doesn't take much effort. So let me know if you're interested in seeing more of these, and I might put them out on the regular. Anyways, that was it for me today. And I'll see you guys next time for our regular scheduled AEW New Era episode. Thanks for watching.